So I am a big boy and now recording.
All right. Welcome back to the show, WareWolfBarmitzvah. Always a pleasure to have you here.
Thanks. It's a pleasure to be here.
All right, now let's sync that audio in the way we always do. I'll let you take the first crack.
Am I clapping or saying something specific?
We're doing the game where we go back and forth with the one word at a time.
Right. Okay. My
Favorite
pants
to
boil
are
made
in
Cheeseland.
USA.
Okay.
I fucking knew you were gonna say boil if I said. You fucking we're on the same wavelength today.
I don't know what it is. I don't know why pants boiling is so funny to me, but it is.
No, it's the perfect way to cook them. Alright. So, word around the block is that you and I have prepared some very nice tales to read today.
Oh, that's the word around the block? That's what all the cool kids are saying?
No. All the cool kids wearing their boiled pants are all saying that, so I hope you delivered.
I deliver. I delivered a 1,000 or so words worth. So it's gonna be a short one, but I expect this is closer to the length of the Spaceman Spiff stories I want to write from now on. Short and sweet. So yeah, I got something. I got something for you. I got something.
I like that. You get in, you get out, you have a nice little story. Spaceman Spiff returns. Always a pleasure. And before I forget, we should probably mention the prompts received via the writing club this time around.
Right.
Are Muscles and Limp Bizkit.
Okay. I'm definitely not writing those into my story right now. Yeah.
Shoehorning those in as we speak.
No, I wouldn't do anything like that. The sounds of typing you hear are actually atmospheric music I like to play for myself in the morning. Really gets me into the mood for writing. On a totally different and unrelated note, I'm really ready to read my story now.
All right, you know what? That's an unrelated note indeed. Why don't you, the floor is all yours, Mr. Werewolf.
Okay.
Mr. Wolf Job.
This is Spaceman Spiff and the Abominable Cooties. Cootie, spelled C-O-O-T-E-E, and her colleague, Cootie, spelled K-U-H-T-E-A, stood perched over an intergalactic map among the Arboretum Research Chamber. Affixed in the center of their planetary capital, the sun-drenched flower garden served as a central point of focus for their research and science-based society, where these globules of slime that had once been nothing more than amoebic masses scrambling for scarce organic materials could now delegate to their interstellar core of liberators. The working people's liberation machine of Globconda is moving into position over Amazon, the planet TM, to begin a full strike against the consortium of mecha bathroom monitors in 15 minutes. We cannot take any resources away from this mission, Cootie, the orangish globule exclaimed. But our support for the Globtech People's Liberation Front is just as important, especially now that their revolution in the jungles of Mooncrosoft 4 are in full swing. We have to make sure that the ascended technomancer Bill Gates doesn't get the power he's been never looking up toward the sky because why would they? It's just a normal fucking day. And there's no reason to randomly look up when you're discussing a plan of this importance with a colleague. The globules didn't notice a silver and red saucer ship burning through a suddenly emerging warp gate in the planet's atmosphere. They didn't even notice it until it was already crashing through the glass of the Arboretum of the Arboretum and emulsifying Cootie with a K upon impact as Cootie with a C was thrown back from the resultant explosion and debris cloud.
Oh no.
We knew that character
Not Cootie with a
extremely
K.
well. It was painful to kill them.
You're a modern day Rich Masters
I know,
here.
right?
Holy shit.
Yeah, just build you up and break you down.
Pulling on my heartstrings,
Yeah.
man. Oh my god.
I mean,
I didn't know you had it in you.
given that all of the previous stories have focused on Cootie as a character, this is a moment. Having learned from a young age to stop, drop, and roll, and then reabsorb your outer shell to accelerate healing, Cootie knew just what to do when they landed on their blorb, which is blob for butt. Blorb. It's a word now. I squimp it to be so. As Cootie struggled to reform and heal the flaming components of her outer slime, they screamed with pain. Little bit of pronoun confusion there. Sorry about that. Let's just assume they're constantly changing genders. Anyway, from the...
Yeah, they're amorphous blobs.
Exactly.
So, amorphous shape, amorphous gender. Like one day you wake up, and you know what? My blob figure, I could probably just squeeze, and now a dick is there.
Yeah, like they talked about in the last M class, these blobs could just have dicks or vagines anywhere.
Exactly. You could...
You just have little dick fingers sticking out, and little vagine mouths. Anyway, from out of the red-streaked saucer cockpit stepped an ugly brute of a humanoid that Cootie instantly detested. They knew that was judgmental of them. But come on, this dude had just killed her most trusted counterpart and a true hero of working-class globules and blobettes everywhere. I claim this planet for Earth!
Yeah!
Screamed, his muscles bulging as his crashed ship played Limp Bizkit.
We got the double kill.
Yeah, this is something I thought deeply about, by the way. I did not.
Your prompt usage just weaved so organically into the story. I'm moved to tears almost.
Yeah, you should be. It's profound writing. He jammed a metal pole into the Arboretum's planter soil and pumped his fist against his chest. How beautiful art thou, and definitely more so than this ugly place. I mean, look at it. They could at least clean up all this rubble. You made the rubble! Cootie yelled at him, folding in on themselves as they finished reabsorbing the last of their charred outer layer. Spaceman Spiff doesn't make rubble. Spaceman Spiff makes trouble, he said as he jumped down from the saucer's rim. 2 guards entered the Arboretum and he instantly pulled out his hand cannon. It was a classic death ray that had been outlawed on their world for almost a century before because it instantly incinerated people, or in their case, blobs, but also did so in a way where they burned to death from the inside out and felt every moment of it. It was a horrible scourge on their world, and they had outlawed it during the same time they had fought off the colonial forces of Lockheed Martin. Lockheed Martian.
Lockheed Martian.
Yeah, spelled Lawkeyed. Lockheed Martian.
Of course.
The Mars-based munitions company that had specialized in making bombs for assholes like this one in front of Cootie. Hey, you didn't tell me there were other blobs on this planet! Spiff screamed at Cootie. You killed my friend! We were literally just talking to each other right now for the first time! Nuh-uh, Spiff snapped back. Yuh-huh, Cootie countered. Nuh-uh, yuh-huh times infinity. She's got you there, Security Blob QT replied. His name is spelled Queue-Ti.
It's a different blob named also with the same name.
They all have
different
distinct
spelling.
and unique identities, which they have thought thoroughly about.
Very, very unique and distinct, yes.
I didn't name them all Cutie because they're throwaway characters at all. If I want your opinion, I'll shit in your mouth! Spiff screamed at the guard, and then vaporized him, thus ending all hope of a normal family life for his children, who were baby blobs, with huge smiles and big button eyes that could only say, Bee-bah! Which was globule for Dada, and also both had developmental disorders that prevented them from correctly forming without significant assistance that fortunately their post-revolutionary society had provided for them, and also needed emotional support from fluffy stuffed animals and round-the-clock care from their adoring mother, who had osmosised them into the world, but still chose to raise them in a dual-parent household because she just loved her husband so much and wanted him to be part of their lives. And now that dude was a fucking pile of dust because he talked back to Spiff.
How dare he? Clearly deserved.
The moral... Well, the moral of the story is that Spaceman Spiff is always right, and if you disagree, you'll become a whiff of seasoning.
Correct.
As it should be. Hey, whoa! Security Officer Cutie, QUE-TY said, lowering her gun instead of raising it. We're not a violent planet. We want to reason with you, but you're making it, a bunch of fucking crooked communist, hippie, lib-cuck, freedom-hating, K-hive, marinara sauce buttfuckers, huh? Spaceman Spiff said as he vaporized the second security officer. By the way, marinara sauce is a conspiracy you don't know about yet, but boy, did it definitely kill a lot of your relatives in the future on a distant planet where it actually didn't do that at all, but because someone said it did, it automatically did. Now you can't get vaccines against the marinara plague, and also there's a marinara mask ban passed by James Donald doing your own research cinema dump for Reichstag Pol Pot Kissinger, also known as 1. Marjorie Crystal Knock Rogan Bush, the 3rd Please Clap Hoover, or 2. Elon Rowling AI Paris Hilton Dulles, or 3. Ted Cruz.
Just keeps going. Yeah, I saw that on Facebook the other day. I automatically assumed it was all true.
Right. I mean, if you see it on Facebook, it's true. Neo-Nazis don't spread misinformation using those systems at all.
You ever see that picture on Facebook where it's like that soldier with his arm missing and there's a dog there and also it's his birthday and Jesus is in the clouds and there's the incorrect amount of fingers on all their hands?
I actually have seen this, yes.
It's one of my favorites.
Right. It's true American art, made by AI and not any of those dirty fucking artists. Spiff leveled his blaster at another security personnel and screamed, "Jetstool can't pelt real steam! Sir, this is a Wend glob," Cootie screamed at Spiff, referencing the name of her planet. "The Arboretum is the property of planet Earth," Spiff screamed back. "What?" Cootie said in disbelief. Spiff looked at her, then looked at the planet Earth flag. He then made thrusting hand gestures towards the Arboretum ground and then toward the flag. Then he made another thrusting hand gesture toward himself, toward the flag, then toward the ground, then toward the flag, then, "Yeah, I fucking get it," Cootie said. "Then why did you speak dumb words?" Spiff demanded. "You've been on this planet for less than a minute and killed 3 of my people, and now you're doing some imperialist bullshit. Put down your weapon and consent to an informed discussion about privilege before I notify the Republic Council so we can make a committee decision about how to follow up on informing the Interstellar Council regarding your actions, which will trigger an investigation by—" "Boo!" Spiff yelled at her.
Boo!
"Fucking excuse me? Boo! Or boo!
Yeah.
Like a scary ghost, except bored," Spiff reiterated. Who the fuck do you...
Thank God.
Who the fuck do you think you are to talk to me like that? I've got a clear one of the security staff started to say before Spiff vaporized them without looking. "Who the fuck do you think you are to talk to me like that?" Spiff said in a mocking voice. I'll have you know I'm the... Spiff mocked. Cootie stopped for a second. They looked at Spiff. They looked at the corpse of Cootie. They looked at the burned remains of Cootie. They looked at the burned remains of Cootie. They looked at the burned remains of a third blob who was also named some iteration of the word Cootie. "You nasty boys can never exterminate the Cooties!" they screamed and started to charge Spiff's ship out of sheer spite and rage. "Cooties? Ew!" Spiff screamed and jumped back into the cockpit of his ship, taking off as fast as he had entered their space and hauling ass through the planetary defense web like a duck on fire. Why a duck on fire? I mean, I would just assume any animal on fire would move quickly to attempt to be not on fire.
You ever see that fucker move?
That's
on
an
fire,
animal
man?
you lit on fire.
He'll fucking move. He never learned stop, drop, and roll and explode your skin and then absorb your skin.
Right, the very basics, because they're animals. Don't light animals on fire. Ducks are animals, so I said ducks. I don't see what the problem is. Anyway, Cootie looked around the wreck of the Arboretum. The lesson of this story is that sometimes your best friend gets killed by a flying saucer, and then an imperialist vaporizes 3 of your people, and you don't know before leaving because you happen to have the same name as a non-existent virus from his homeworld. Then Cootie osmosised a baby and named it Cootie to continue the cycle of life. The end.
Oh, beautiful.
Thank you.
It's a good thing they reproduce asexually and you can just make a new one.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes they choose to co-parent because, they're sweetly in love. But yeah, they can just osmosis blobs out into the world.
What a brilliant tale. Very nice. Spaceman Spiff, obviously the good guy in this situation. Very heroic what he did, and his tactical retreat was very riveting. I'm so moved to tears. I'm shitting and crying and screaming right now over the loss of Cootie and Cootie and Cootie and that other guy who was also named some variation of the word Cootie. Fucking brilliant tale. How long did it take you to write this?
Well, Chris, first I have to say stories like this are why we have to invade Venezuela, obviously. I wrote this. I wrote this in about half an hour.
Half hour. That's not too shabby. Actually, that was like a good 15-minute long story that you wrote in a half hour. You were cruising. You just let Spaceman Spiff take the wheel. You have his ghost kind of move the keys for you. It seems because this sounded like it came right from the heart.
Spiff is probably the easiest character to write because. He shares a lot of attributes with the character
Yourself.
Clearly. He shares a lot of attributes with the character that I told you about in the writing group called Stupid Asshole Boy, who is the anarchist psychopath main character of a script series I started writing a while back. So I'm bringing some of that over and trying to find a place for that insane character to live. And I thought that it would just be at the beginning of the story series, I thought it would just be such a fun way to perform mockery against all of the, current political forces by just ramping him to 300 and throwing him into the body of a sneering imperialist. So I don't know. Something about it is just, it's very easy for me to write, given the level of rage that I currently have towards those political forces, but also just given that it's just fun to write characters that are so completely fucking over the top, and they make their own decisions. It totally made sense that if Spaceman Spiff was in front of Cooties, he would actually ultimately just flee.
Yeah. The unstoppable force.
Yeah, exactly. The only thing that he will actually get vaccines against. So yeah, there's my amazing story for this month.
That was literary genius, Werewolf. You really outdid yourself. I was fucking laughing the entire time, as you may have heard.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
This is fucking brilliant. These just keep getting better and better, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what future adventures await for our strapping young hero.
Yeah.
Spaceman Spiff.
I'll have some more thoroughly developed characters coming along in this story that Spiff will definitely not ruthlessly murder immediately.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no. If Spiff is one thing, he's a very virtuous man.
Yeah, really.
He only kills when he needs to.
Really thinks, is very deliberate, very prudent about his actions, and tries to save as many people as possible. So look forward to a very measured series that does no cheap jokes at all and tries to find the most sophisticated of humor to keep itself going, like Frasier.
Exactly. All right, I have a story with me, and the title of this story is Muscle Beach, 2003. It was a particularly sunny summer Sunday in the city of Boca Raton. The ocean swished and swayed, and the seagulls squawked and cawed in the background as we do a flyover establishing shot of the titular Muscle Beach. Rollin' Urban Assault Vehicle by Limp Bizkit, featuring Redman, Method Man, and DMX, was blasting from the ether as large, muscly men oiled one another up and lifted large, heavy circles in various positions.
Wait, is that true? Are all of those people on Rollin'?
Yes.
Holy shit!
Well, there's a different version of Rollin' that has that Redman, Method Man, DMX jumped in for. The other version, which you're probably thinking of, not to spoil anything, but it does appear later in this story. So we'll get to that.
Okay. I'm willing to bet all of DMX's lines on that track were, y'all done forgot about DMX.
While others lie nearby, tanning their newfound gains and sipping on ice-cold protein shakes under the bright yellow sun. Here we have Chad, Brad, Tad, and Broseph as they too lift some weights and enjoy the summer sun. Dude, those are some sick gains, brah. Thanks, Broseph. I've been working on my pectoral region especially hard lately. It's nice to have someone notice. But I'm Broseph. Anyway, you should totally sign up for the good old-fashioned liftoff this afternoon. First prize is 2 free tickets and backstage passes to the Limp Bizkit concert tonight. I already forgot what voice I did. What was it? Fuck.
I don't know, but these are really well-developed characters.
Yeah, Brad, Chad, Broseph, the whole gang.
Yeah, I see we're both on the same trend of, creating thoroughly researched characters with distinct names.
Oh, word, says Brad. You really think I have what it takes to compete? Dude, said Chad, look at you. You're a motherfucking brick shithouse of a man, and you've got some noise form, too. Plus, I hear they're bringing Borland back for this show. How sick is that? Borland, you say? Brad interjects. Bro, that's epic! Let's both sign up. Double our odds of winning, perchance? Gnarly idea, my guy. Let's do it, said Chad. And so they did. Chad, Brad, Broseph, and all the other big muscly men at Muscle Beach lined up by the sign-up sheet pinned to the nearby protein shake stand, ready to enter for their chance to win the prize of a lifetime. All while a mysterious old man in a teal wizard robe slunk in the background, watching, waiting, crouching in the sparse shrubbery and the sand dunes above as if no one could see him. Yo, what's with the geezer in the sand dunes up there, says Tad. Pay him no mind. He's not bothering anybody yet, said Broseph. Yet was the key word here, ladies and folks, as this unassuming old man intended to bother quite a lot of people with his presence that day.
Just your typical neighborhood stalker.
Yeah. For he fucking loved Limp Bizkit and would stop at nothing to win those tickets for himself. Indeed! Now to set my plans in motion. Operation Win Those Ticks shall go off without a hitch, or my name isn't Azataz the Wise! Gee,
I was wondering who it could possibly be.
Then he cast a spell to turn himself into a seagull and flew out of frame. Wipe transition 2. All right, said Brad. I'm so stoked to lift some heavy circles in various poses with you, bro. And may the better man win. Good luck out there, bro, said Chad. Just know that I'll be giving it my all this tournament, and I expect you to do the same. You know all I give is 110%, playboy. All of a sudden, they hear the announcer's speakers go off. A guy sitting in a booth up yonder with a microphone announcing the whole thing. Welcome, ladies and folks, to the 13th annual Muscle Beach Liftoff, the biggest liftoff in all of Boca. Sponsored by Denny's. And let me tell you, people, it's a beautiful day outside. Birds are singing, flowers are blooming. On days like these, fans of Limp Bizkit should be lifting some weights. Let the tournament begin!
Do it for the noogie.
Yep. Scores of onlookers clapped and cheered as My Way by Limp Bizkit began to play, and the first pair of contestants emerged from behind the curtain, stepping into the arena side by side. Chad on the left, and a much larger fellow on the right. You versus the guy she said not to worry about type shit. Chad turned to shake hands with his opponent, who returned the handshake in kind. May the better dude win, man. Excuse me? You're kinda crushing my hand there. That's kinda the point, says XXX underscore Fred Durst fan underscore 69 underscore XXX. As you can probably tell by my name, I fucking love Limp Bizkit. And I shall win this tournament by any means necessary if it means I get to meet Fred Durst and the gang for real. Did you hear Borland's coming back tonight? I ain't missing that shit for all the my wife is currently in labor in the world. Ooh, yeah.
Definitely not Macho Man Randy Savage in disguise either.
Oh, no way, brother. Kicking off the first match of round 1, it's Chad and XXX underscore Fred Durst fan underscore 69 underscore XXX. Whoever can rep more 315-pound bench presses in 1 minute wins this round and shall advance to the semifinals. Gentlemen, assume your positions. Chad and XXX underscore Fred Durst fan underscore 69 underscore XXX promptly lie upon their respective benches and grip their barbells. The latter looked at ease, excited even, while the former lie there shaking in his proverbial boots. 315 was no joke. That's 3 plates on each side. The most he had ever benched before this was 305, and that was with Brad spotting him after the first rep. Brad. Chad looked out about the crowd and spotted his best bro's beautifully chiseled face amongst them. A single manly white tear ran down the tip of his penis at the sight of him.
Jesus.
I won't let you down, bro. Ready, set, go! The black and white striped official fired his gun to his zenith and the duo were off. Benching and pressing and benching. XXX underscore Fred Durst fan underscore 69 underscore XXX repped the weights with stupefying style and ease, while Chad struggled mightily to raise the bar at all. Presently, it slowly closed down upon his neck as the crowd looked on in horror.
No, you can do it. Eat some spinach.
Chad! And then flashback harp sounds play as Chad is flashing back currently. Dude, have you heard the new Limp Bizkit album yet? Said Brad. Limp Bizkit? You actually like those guys? Replied Chad. Come on, bro. Chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored water is banger after banger. I'll show you. We can listen it tonight in my 1998 Honda Civic. Oh, all right. If you really like it that much, then I guess it can't be that bad. Brad and Chad took each other's virginities in the back seat of that 98 Civic that night. while Get Your Groove On Dirt Road remix by Limp Bizkit featuring Exhibit and DJ Premier played from the former's car speakers.
I mean, that's adorable. And kind of sweet. Yeah. Aw.
Flash present. Chad's eyes shot open as his grip on the barbell tightened, as the adrenaline now surging through his veins allowed him to finally push that weight up for a single rep.
Hell yeah, bruh.
The crowd cheered with delight and Brad cupped his hands over his mouth as Chad slowly but surely lifted that weight up until his arms were almost perfectly straight. He held it there for a pregnant moment. A moment swiftly aborted as both of his wrists snapped back and the bar came crashing down into his forehead, killing him instantly.
Okay. Pregnant moment that got aborted. Just hats off. A billion hats off to you. Very nice.
And the winner is XXX underscore Fred Durst fan underscore 69 underscore XXX. I should take the time now to remind you all that by signing up for this tournament, you waive all rights to sue Liftoff Incorporated for damages sustained during this and all future Liftoff competitions. Now, moving on to the next match. Cut 2. During the interim, Azataz the Wise had retreated into one of the restroom stalls. Presently, he sat on the toilet with a vial of potion in one hand and a magic wand in the other. All right, now to perform the spell. First, I insert my wand into this vial and suck up all the potion. Then I flick it a couple times. Gotta make sure there are no air bubbles in there. And... The wizard injected himself on the ass cheek with his spell, and his knobby old wizard body gained bulk in seconds. After a moment, the wizard stood a full 2 feet taller than before and 3 times as wide. He was positively ripped, too. Bulging, inexplicably glistening musculature covered his body from head to toe, as he flexed so hard that it tore his wizard robe asunder. He strutted out of the bathroom sporting nothing but a spandex thong and prepared to lift some motherfucking weight. Now let's lift some motherfucking weight, shall we?
All of that magic is perfectly legal, by the way.
Yeah, no, it's undetectable. Sometime later, and that concludes round 1. Our 4 semifinalists are XXX underscore Fred Durstfan underscore 69 underscore XXX, Azataz the Wise, Brad, and Broseph. For round 2, these strong, muscly men shall face off head to head to head to head in a squatting competition. Whichever 2 competitors can go the longest without tapping out shall move on to the final round. The 4 competitors stood in a line at the squatting rack. Azataz was up first, for he won the 4-sided coin toss.
The 4-sided coin toss? Okay.
Yeah, you know, the coins have 4 sides,
yeah,
you know.
Sure, sure.
Presently, the old wizard Gon Yoke racked the bar with 2 plates on each side for 225 pounds total. Then he assumed the position and squatted that weight for 1 single rep. After a successful squat, he strutted to the back of the line and allowed Brad to have his turn. Brad, teary-eyed, now wearing a white bandana soaked red with Chad's blood, approached the bar and added another 25 pounds on each side before squatting that 275 for 1 rep. He lowered into the squat, but was horrified to discover that the weight was just a smidgen too much for him to bear unassisted. All of a sudden, Chad's ghost comes down. Need a spot, bro?
Oh, hell yeah.
And lo, in a manner similar to the iconic father-son Kamehameha, or perhaps the sexy pottery scene from Ghost, Brad was able to lift that weight back up with Chad's spectral assistance. However, since assists were banned in this tournament, Brad was promptly disqualified for this blunder. He would live out the rest of his days with a Chad-shaped void in his chest that would never quite be filled again.
It's just one of those days.
It's just one of those days!
Oh my god! Oh, wow. Okay. Not dipping in the same psychic pool at all there.
XXX underscore Fred Durstfan underscore 69 underscore XXX strutted up to the squat rack next and added a pair of 45s and a pair of 25s to the rack before assuming the position. Oh my good golly goddamn god! Do my eyes deceive me? Or is XXX underscore Fred Durstfan underscore 69 underscore XXX about to squat 415 pounds? Ooh, you better believe it, Buster Brown! I'm the manliest man around! I'm the manliest man in town! And me and my muscles are gonna take the competition down! XXX underscore Fred Durstfan underscore 69 underscore XXX squatted the weight with ease, then returned to the back of the line. It was Brosif's turn now, and he looked concerned. He stepped up to the squat rack, added a measly 2.5 pounds to either side, and muttered a short prayer under his breath. He shouldered that 420 pounds and lowered into a squat. Then his kneecaps popped out like 2 champagne corks.
Oh.
Brosif would never walk again.
Brutal.
And lo! It appears we have our 2 finalists, Azataz the Wise and XXX underscore Fred Durstfan underscore 69 underscore XXX!
I love that you keep reading this entire name. I mean, it is his name. You gotta fucking read it.
Whoosh transition 2. Break Stuff by Limp Bizkit began to play as Azataz the Wise and XXX_Fred Durstfan _69 XXX stood toe to toe, face to face, ass to ass, glowering one another down.
Okay, anatomically, all of that totally makes sense. I'm following. I'm here.
With magic, anything is possible. It seems that an unstoppable force has met an immovable object. Oh yeah, it appears so, old man. I fucking love Limp Bizkit, and I'd do anything to meet them in person. My wife is gonna be so pissed at me for not being there for our son's birth currently, but fuck it. Borland's coming back for Christ's sake. Obviously, I'm in the right here. I agree. Borland is one of the greatest guitarists of the late 90s and early aughts. That's why I'm here. I travel through space and time to the far-off distant year of 2003 to see this concert live. And the only thing standing in my way is the second biggest Limp Bizkit fan on the beach. Second biggest? Why, them's fighting words, geezer! Save it for the liftoff, jerk-off.
It's on now.
For the final round, our competitors shall face each other in a rather unique deadlifting contest. Rather than lifting weights, our finalists shall instead stand on opposite sides of this seesaw. Whoever can make the other side hit the sand first shall win a once-in-a-lifetime Limp Bizkit experience for the ages. Now will the competitors kindly assume the position? Azataz and XXX_Fred Durstfan _69 XXX obeyed, now standing on opposite sides of a seesaw, waiting for the signal. Bang! The official's bullet pierced the sky and lodged itself into a seagull that just so happened to have been flying by overhead, as our finalists began deadlifting each other. Azataz gained an early advantage, pulling his side up and his opponent's side down. In response, XXX_Fred Durstfan _69 XXX switched his grip to a sumo style, clenched his cheeks, and rose his side back up to be at level with the wizard's. Oh, I must say, for a dusty old bag of bone saws, you sure do lift some weight. Thanks, I know. 2 hours later. Oh my god! Azataz the Wise and XXX_Fred Durstfan _69 XXX have been in deadlock for 2 hours straight! And neither of them show any signs of slowing down! I say if they keep this up, they'll miss the damn concert! Shit, he's right. Listen, brother, I really gotta see that show! I'd rather win this good old-fashioned lift-off fair and square, but at this point I'm desperate. Think we can work something out? What did you have in mind, my fellow Limp Bizkit enthusiast? What if you let me win, and then I give you the other ticket? How about you let me win instead? What difference does it make who lets who win? I'm sorry, do you want to stand here like two concert missing assholes? Or do you want to go meet and greet Fred motherfucking Durst in the flesh? Fine, I'll let you win, but you have to give me one of the tickets, deal? My friend, you've got yourself a deal. I'd shake your hand and cross my fingers behind my back right now, but I'm a bit preoccupied at the moment. Now prepare to lose. Azataz the Wise deadlifted harder than he ever had done before. His leg and back muscles clenched tightly as he lifted his side of the seesaw all the way up. He lifted that fang so goddamn high that his competitor, XXX_Fred Durstfan _69 XXX, was driven into the sand up to his chinny chin. Oh, we have a winner! Azataz the Wise, step up to the main stage to receive your prize! And lo, Azataz the Wise had won the tournament. Presently he stood on stage as he was presented with a bouquet of flowers, a sash, and an envelope containing the tickets and passes. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy right now! I'm gonna see Limp Bizkit in their prime tonight! This is gonna be so epic! The wizard walked right by XXX underscore Fred Durst fan underscore 69 underscore XXX, still lodged in the sand, ignoring him entirely as he made his way off of Muscle Beach.
Of course he did, yeah.
Hey, man, what the heck? You said you were gonna give me a ticket and a pass. What gives? I lied! Azatez proceeded to sprinkle some wizard weed into one of the tickets and rolled it up like a joint, which he lit and smoked into ashes in one hit. Then he blew a big old smoke ring of that dank and schlankin right into the pitiful face of XXX underscore Fred Durst fan underscore 69 underscore XXX, who was still immobilized by the sand he was now buried in.
At least you got some wizard weed contact high.
Yeah, you got that contact high. He would remain trapped like this until high tide rolled in a few hours later and drowned him to death. Cut 2. The Boker Musical Amphitheater was bopping and rocking as Limp Bizkit rocked the ever-loving socks off every goddamn foot in the venue. Azataz the Wise sung and danced along as the band performed Rollin' Air Raid Vehicle 17 times in a row. Then he turned to the camera and said with a wink, "Remember, kids, cheetahs always win." Finn.
Love it. Love it. I gotta ask, when the dude fired the starting gun, were you saying he shot a seagull with the starting gun accidentally?
Yeah, he reached up, shot, and then it hit a seagull that was flying by.
So perfect. Oh my god. I feel like some of the lore of your world that you may not even know about yet is that at some point in the line, Macho Man Randy Savage was like the Genghis Khan of your world and just like spread his DNA throughout all of the characters that exist.
Including our fan favorite XXX underscore Fred Durst fan underscore 69 underscore XXX.
No nicknames.
That's his legal Christian name.
That's how he chooses to identify. You gotta respect it.
Exactly. I just feel bad for his wife and son, who now have to live without a paternal figure.
Yeah, he got creep showed.
Buried in the sand, and fucking high tide killed him.
Yeah. You've seen that, right, with Leslie Nielsen?
No.
Oh my god, yeah, it's a super corny B movie from like the 90s, and Leslie Nielsen plays a legitimate bad guy in it, and at one point buries two people up to their necks in sand and lets them get washed over by the tide. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Just because Leslie Nielsen is playing a serious bad guy. Like, it's so confusing.
Yeah. I was more thinking of the scene in SpongeBob where they do that, where SpongeBob and Bubble Buddy are like, they're at the beach, and then that one guy is like, "Oh, dude, bury me!" And then they leave him.
Love it.
Dudes, bury me! Oh. See what I mean? All done. All right! Bubble Buddy, you dig him out while I get some cotton candy. Don't just stand there, dude. The tide's coming in. Oh. Dude? He owes me money. He made me provide excellent service. Dudes, he made me experience high tide. Oh!
What a great story, dude.
Yeah, so you had a great story as well. I really enjoyed Spaceman Spiff. I'm glad that you enjoyed I literally wrote this whole thing in one sitting. It wasn't quite 30 minutes like you, but it was like more like a few hours. But I had decided to listen to Chocolate Starfish and the Hot Dog Flavored Water for the first time all the way through. And I thought I was going to go into it and be like, "Oh, yeah, this is going to be for the meme. This is going to be a bit. And then I'm going to be inspired." But I legitimately fucking love that album so much. All the way through, I had such a good time listening to it. And it gave me so much inspiration for this actual story.
Yeah, it's not a bad album.
It's really, I was going into it expecting not to enjoy it.
Yeah.
I was expecting to go into it and enjoy it ironically. But like, I unironically, like, I'm a Limp Bizkit fan now. I don't know about their other work, but at least that one album's really good.
Yeah, people hit that time period of music, especially with metal, with the like, oh, it's all new metal, so it's just boring sort of power chord rock. But like, I don't know. I mean, it's the metal I grew up on, and I feel like so much fucking awesome shit came out during that period of time. And like, yeah, Limp Bizkit
Hands up
never
or
struck
hands
me
down.
as the horrible, cringeworthy band that everybody was portraying it out to be. Because like, I felt like that was deliberately part of their aesthetic, was to push things over the top and like portray that kind of silly, trashy stereotype, as something that was fun and reverent.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. That's a really good point.
I mean, like, dude really leaned into that shit,
Yeah, right. They came back together a couple years ago, and then they have an album now that's like still sucks. The name of the album or something like that.
Yeah, mindless self-indulgence is probably my equivalent to beloved Limp Bizkit. Like, I just absolutely love everything that they've ever put out.
Oh yeah,
mainly because they act the same way, and are just so self-satirical and so mocking of everybody else in the metal scene around them.
Mm-hmm. I fucking love Limp Bizkit.
Oh, poor dude bros.
I hope you enjoyed the constraint I had. This might be the first story I've written for the club that does not include Tin Man or Macaulay Culkin in any way.
Oh man, yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm sure that they were watching from the shadows.
Yeah, no, they were. Because I had that the men were oiled up, and then I had a few people say I fucking love Limp Bizkit. But other than that, their presence is pretty much non-existent.
I didn't even put together the meme for my fucking love Limp Bizkit. That's great. That's great.
It's a little seed. I was struggling because I had Brad and Chad, and I had realized that this is probably better to be read rather than written because I don't really use character tags. Brad said, Chad said, Brad ejaculated, literally, shit like that. So I just kind of had to add those on the fly, but I hope that I forgot what voices I was doing immediately and just kind of just changed it up every fucking time they showed up together.
Yeah, we both made the mistake of creating written jokes with our character names.
Yeah. And that mind link was there.
Yeah, for sure. Oh my god, it's just one of those days. That blew me away. Thanks for a fucking awesome story, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for a fucking awesome story as well. It's always a pleasure to have you on.
Yeah, no, I love reading for you. And Spiff is just like such a release valve of a character to write. So I'm always happy to be able to come on and share them and listen to your fucking awesome, ridiculous off the wall stories as well.
Like, this is such a huge contrast to what you usually bring to the Writers Club. And it's so interesting to see, like, the two sides of you. Like, inside of you, there are two wolves. One of them is jerking off a man. The other one's writing Spaceman Spit.
Yeah. My multiple personality disorder is myriad and healthy.
Like, cause you've got like a legitimate like novel you're working on, and I believe I've read about a good third of it and change so far, and it's just been really, really nice to like see that side of you as well, just to know that you're not fucking insane all the time.
You don't want me to bring just constant agonizing terror into your writing show and just depress everyone for a solid half an hour? All right. I guess I'll keep writing stuff. Yeah, no, I love to be able to switch between worlds because, like, I as an adult, I have gotten a much deeper appreciation for humor, and especially through listening to Storylords, then to your podcast. It's just really great to see like a community of people who ironically take humor very seriously, right? Like, understand that there is a pretty strong value in creating these comedic stories and really still being able to flesh out an amazing fantasy world and doing that. So I wanted to step up to the plate and play with you guys.
Yeah, no, your contributions are always welcome. You're welcome back anytime for the Spaceman Spiff stories. I'm looking forward to seeing if there's a through line or if it's just like fucking Spaceman Spiff terrorizing a planet every week. Whichever way you go with it, you can't go wrong because it's fucking brilliant.
It's loosely going somewhere. I have a plan for him at some point, but yeah, for a while you're just gonna you're gonna get to hear about a couple of discardable characters that are being terrorized by Spiff. Okay.
All right, I think we can end things off now. This is a nice little chat. I'm glad I was able to catch you today.
Yeah, thank you so much for reaching out to me and making this happen. I really appreciate it.
I'm glad you were able to not at all shoehorn those prompts in. That was really nice as well.
I'm going to hit stop on the Audacity track right now. Okay.
Yes.